Shame on them. And I hope they talk about it as this stupid little station at the Russell's Mill. Make me get off.
I couldn't give a damn what you say to me. I don't really care what you think of me, cause either way you're gonna think what you believe. There's nothing you could say that would hurt me.
Hi, I'm Tina Renna. Welcome to the Union County Citizens Forum. Today is September, 17th? We here went to the Union County Freeholder meeting, and as usual we're going to run through the agenda and give our input on what happens. Also, I wanted to go into Freeholder Sullivan made this really nasty comment, and I shouldn't even say that. It was his opinion. I shouldn't judge him. They had a resolution on the agenda. They were expressing the board's strong support of the access to the region's core mass transit tunnel project under the Hudson River. Chris Christie, the governor, halted this. He wants an accounting of $1 billion in overruns. So Sullivan was pretty angry about it. He's involved with them. He's on the Transportation Trust Authority, whatever it is. And he said, we desperately need this. How can we halt it? But what struck me is there's $1 billion, he didn't mention the overruns, there's $1 billion in overruns. These people have no concept of money. They have no concept of government and how government should be run and should be accountable to people. It's just throw it out the window. We don't care what it costs. Just keep it coming. Just keep making it. So I just wanted to point that out.
The resolution 821. That is the ARC project, the tunnel, the expansion of the tunnel under the Hudson River. What's really confusing to me is why the administration has stopped this, at least temporarily. I belong to an organization called the North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority. And I believe it was 2007, that board, in a bipartisan, unanimous vote, of, I believe it's 13 counties, plus the Port Authority, the City of Newark, the City of Jersey City, all voted unanimously to approve this project and put the funding in place, at least the funding from the state of New Jersey for this project. That also committed about $3 billion from the federal government, another $1 billion or so from the Port Authority, besides the funding that was provided by the state of New Jersey. This is one of the biggest construction projects we've seen in many years. And I tell you, if you live anywhere from Plainfield through Cranford, if you're on the Raritan Valley line, and if you had any thought at all about having a one-seat ride into New York City, like you have, like you now have from Summit, let's say, or from Elizabeth, those hopes are going to be dashed. And this administration has put in extreme serious jeopardy over $3 billion from the federal government, over $1 billion from a Port Authority on a project that's desperately needed, that's going to relieve, put about 20-some thousand more people into New York City every day. I can't for the life of me understand why this governor would put that kind of funding in jeopardy. Billions of dollars. You can speak on it later, ma'am. Billions of dollars. Billions on a project that's desperately needed. So if you live in Westfield, good luck trying to get a one-seat ride into New York City in the next few years while this tunnel is being constructed. I just don't understand it. It doesn't never ceases to amaze me. But we blew $400 million already, so I guess another $3 billion doesn't really matter. So now I open the floor to public comment. Anyone who cares to comment on any matter before this board? Kindly state your name and town of residence for the record. Please observe the 5-minute time limit. Ma'am, go right ahead. You don't have to have your hand up like you're doing something.
On the ARC Tunnel, I was at a breakfast meeting with Joe Cryan.
Can you just identify yourself?
Ellen Dixon from Summit. Betty Jane Kowalski was there also. And he even admitted that he doesn't think Governor Christie is trying to kill this project. He's trying to slow it down so we can figure out where we're getting the money from, because we don't have the money. And he's trying to negotiate with the vendors who are going to be supplying this and get a better rate. So even Joe Cryan did not think that the governor was trying to stop this project.